My name is Sade Farquharson. Today is January 21st, 2018. I'm going to go ahead and be going over 4 different systems: muscle, connective, epithelioid, and connective tissues. Those are going to be the 4 I'm going to go over some functions and structures. So let's go ahead and get started with our muscle system. So your muscle system is going to consist of skeletal, cardiac, and the smooth muscle. That's going to be the structure of our muscle system pretty much. So with skeletal, that's going to lie beneath our skin, under our fat. This is how we connect to our tendons and our bones. It's also going to be voluntary movement involved with the skeletal. So that's what I'm pretty much doing right now. So next we're going to go ahead and move to cardiac. Cardiac muscle can only be found in the heart, obviously. Cardiac, cardio, heart. The cardio muscle is going to be responsible for relaxing, pumping the blood throughout our body, and that's going to be involuntary movement for the cardio, or for the cardiac, sorry. Smooth muscles. The smooth muscle is going to go ahead and it's going to be forming walls around most of our blood vessels and things like that. Blood vessels, the glands, the organs, all within our body, the smooth muscles are going to be forming those walls around it. It's also responsible for expanding and contracting, allowing the blood and the fluids to circulate around our body as well at those, different rates. So that's going to be the function of your smooth muscles, and that's going to be involuntary movement with the smooth muscle as well. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the connective tissues. But before we do, let me explain that the muscle systems can be found in the heart, the digestive, through your blood vessels. So muscle systems can pretty much be found throughout the body as well. Moving on to our connective tissues, we're going to go ahead and start off with the structures. For connective tissue, structures consist of both the ground substance and proteins. So you have 3, the collagen fibers, elastic fibers, and the reticular fibers. Those are going to be the 3. So collagen fibers, they're going to bond for us. The bones and the tissues, they're going to bond those together for us. And then the elastic fibers, that's going to allow organs and arteries to go ahead and recoil for us, okay? And then reticular, they're going to form a scaffolding over our cells. So that's what that's going to do. And then, so moving on to the structures of the connective tissues, not the structures, I'm sorry, the functions of the connective tissues. Okay, so the cool thing about connective tissues, they have so many functions that they can accomplish. It just depends on the type of cells, the type of classes you're dealing with when it comes to this. So you also have loose and you have dense, irregular connective tissues, and these are mainly formed by fibroblasts and collagens. And so the important role of these is, they're going to be providing oxygen and nutrients to diffuse from the capillaries and everything like that to the cells. So so connective tissues can be found throughout the body, again, because they're so versatile. Joints, the ears, the nose, the trachea. So it's a really cool part. Next, we're going to go ahead and move to the epithelium layer of our skin. So there's 3 basic principal shapes with the epithelium. Squamous, that's flat. Columnar, that's going to be the column. And then cuboidal, that's going to be cube shaped. Those are the 3 main shapes that you're going to find when dealing with the epithelium tissues. These tissues are tightly packed together. It's going to be like a continuous sheet for these particular tissues, and then you're almost going to have like no intercellular space as well with these. And then it's also going to be having a fibrous basement. This is called the basal limnia, okay? So that's what that's going to be doing. And then, like, so some of the functions for the endothelial cells may include secretions of hormones, and that's going to be secreting those into the circulatory system. Selective absorption. They're going to also be protecting us from trauma and toxins in our skin. So this could be found in your lungs, the stomachs, the intestinal linings. So yeah, again, different parts of the body. And then you have the nervous tissues, structures. I'm going to go over those. Composed of neurons, also called the nerve cells, the neuroglial cells. This is in the central nervous system. And then these tissues can be found in gray or white matter as well. So some of the functions of those, I'm going to go ahead and go right into that. It's just it's a communication, a network of communications within our nervous systems by conducting electrical signals. And you know, so for example, with the central nervous system, you have it contains the gray matter, and this is very important for information process with this gray matter. So that's you know, that's a really cool part. This is how a lot of our signals get transferred. So pretty much this could be found, or it's made up within the brain and the spinal cord for that. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed my video. I hope I was able to touch some important structures and functions that you're able to learn from and let you know where we can find those different things at. And have a good night. Thank you again for joining me.